I'm doing my deep breathing right now because as much as I am so excited, I'm a little bit nervous too. I've been a big fan of Jacqthestrippers for a long time, as I'm sure a lot of the people watching this are as well. So I'm excited, but I am definitely nervous. I've met Jacq just a handful of times. She's always been the sweetest, so here she is right now. I'm excited.
Oh my God, wait.
Hello.
Hi.
I love your heart.
Oh,
Well,
I painted my face for you.
I wore my one piece for you.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Does it
Thank
go all the
you.
way down?
So this is one of those things, do you know Twisted Movement? This is one of their pieces.
Now I do. When I grew up, was growing up, we called that a unitard.
I'm into them. I
And
remember,
so you can do anything.
I'm, I'm sure everybody watching knows who you are already. Jacq the Stripper, an incredible comedian, stripper extraordinaire, artist, community representative by choice or not, I'm not sure. Awesome
We'll never
overall
know.
person.
We'll never know, but we are all just trying our best with our farts and farts. So
You know. So did
yeah,
I get everything there?
I don't know. I'm trying to do less.
I know you retired last year. That was a really, really big deal. And I've
Yeah.
noticed you kind of stepping back a little bit, and I have nothing but positive things to say about honoring you taking that time for yourself. So talk to me a little bit about that. How did it feel to retire?
Thank you. How did it feel to retire? I don't know, shitty. I thought I was gonna first of all, I thought I was gonna retire because I would be rich. and then that didn't happen.
Uh-huh.
So
Not yet.
so spoiler
Not yet.
to anybody who's gonna retire from stripping, it might not happen when you want it to. It might
Hmm.
happen when the world lets you know that you're not supposed to do it anymore. So
I've retired like 3 times, Jacq, already in my
yeah,
10
you know
years.
what? It's a pause. I'm
Hmm.
socially distancing from the club for a
Yes.
while, and I don't know, I'm sure I'll go back in some capacity. Just right now, nobody's stripping except for on the internet, which is so nice.
Have you been
So,
watching any of the online strip clubs that are popping up?
I haven't, but I plan on it tomorrow night. There's one at 6, 7, 9. I don't
Uh-huh.
know. There's one tomorrow night that I'm looking forward to.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, you know
Will
what?
that be the stripping for strippers one with Soldiers of Pole?
I have no idea.
You're so cute. I love it. Well,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I think it's funny. Val had called it being semi-retired stripper, and I really
Yeah.
appreciated that. I guess we're all semi-retired strippers right now.
Right. We are all 1,000% off duty and letting you guys. I have to tell you about the leg hair I'm capable of growing.
Talk to me about it. Talk
Okay,
to me about
so
it. Proofer, I don't believe you.
no, I shaved the other day. I shaved the other.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm blonde, right? But the fun thing about blondes, I'm not even that blonde though, right? You guys, it's
Hmm.
happening. But blondes, we have so much hair. Well, you
Uh-huh.
can't see it, but you can feel it, right?
Yeah.
So I usually when I shave, I can get up twice before I rinse the razor. When I shaved the other day, I got halfway up
Quarter.
one time and I had to rinse. So I was working with like a 25% efficacy rate with my razor, but I had a big meeting. I had a big meeting on Wednesday that I can't talk about yet, but it's really exciting. One of the things I've taken a step back for. But
We have to talk about. Go ahead.
I was nervous about my meeting and I was like, wait, why am I so nervous? And my girlfriends, my witches were like, you gotta put her on. And I'm like, I haven't been her in a while because I'm just sitting at my house in my sweatpants. But I got stripper ready for this meeting. You guys, I shaved everything. I put on my nice BB cream. I haven't touched that in forever. I did my brows. I blew dry my hair. Things like
Blue dried. Blue dried. Blue dried.
Blue dry.
That's a new thing, guys.
I blew dry. What do you say? Blow dry? Blue dry. I'm Canadian.
I don't know about, okay, I was going to say, I don't know about you New Yorkers, but I guess you're Canadian, so it goes a step further even. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so anyway, I got stripper ready, and it was really nice because I forgot how nice it is to, get stripper ready because it's different than regular ready. It's like shave your asshole ready. It's different. It's different, and, it's a process. It's a ritual. and I needed to do it. So today I did a little bit of a different ritual. I did this one.
So it kind of is reminding me of like a cute clown look. Like it's like all my cute clown girl dreams, and I'm really, really into it a lot.
That's me. I really like my nose. It's my favorite feature. I didn't used to like it when I was a kid. I thought it was too turned up, like a ski jump. But now it's my favorite feature. So I think it's important to highlight it whenever
I hated being tall when I was young. I got made fun of. I got called Sasquatch, was the one that would like hurt my feelings the most. And now I like to wear heels just in my regular day-to-day life and just look at everybody like this.
Yes.
So I can relate to those things that we don't like about ourselves eventually being some of the things that we love most about ourselves. And I've always thought you had a cute nose, so it's interesting that's, and I love noses, so it's something I look at out in people.
I thought my nose had to be like long and narrow, like I thought I was supposed to have like, I don't know, like my idea of beauty was like a Persian goddess. Like that's what I like, Princess Jasmine. She was like beautiful. So I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this like freckled face? But you know,
mine was Ariel, and it's been like some issues ever since. Like there was the whole like having legs thing.
You
that's just like
those epic legs that you have.
You know, it's a burden, but somebody has to carry it. So I'm willing to do that for the world.
You're doing great. I love your presence, and I love what you bring to strippers and yoga. And like, yoga is so fun to me. So I like that you bring that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love seeing you pop up with some yoga poses on your page. Occasionally, they're always my favorite posts. I know you have a little bit of a practice. Have you been practicing over the last couple of weeks of quarantine?
Oh yeah, every day.
Yeah.
It's not a good day.
I don't know who I'd be right now. You guys wouldn't want to see me committing to my community and forcing myself to do internet yoga every single day and committing myself to the babes who are coming on with me has actually been my saving grace. Like I would be a crazy sad bitch right now if it wasn't for this. So
I even you know what I got? Actually, I know we're not supposed to buy shit, but I bought ankle weights.
Yes.
Because, like, I want to be a girl who wears ankle weights, pink ones.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Well, you learning to do toe touches with ankle weights. That's like the next like step in your life, like the jump toe touches with ankle weights. I'm ready for the picture of you just like an extended toe touch after this ankle weight. You have leg warmers on in my imagination when I'm like picturing this.
No, I just have like, I don't know. You guys really just want us to get naked. I see these in the comments. Okay, you can tip me. My Venmo is my Venmo is Pickle Princess. And if you tip me, I'll take my sweater off. Can I do that on Instagram, or is that illegal?
Yeah. Well, you know, I think that everything we do is illegal on Instagram. So I would say let's like see where we can go and let's make this happen. But you know, for the people who I'm really here for, the people in the comments who are in our community, who are wanting to do yoga, who are looking for the people, everybody else, I just think that they're like sad, and I just like don't pay any mind to them. So
it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be sad, but it's important to be patient also. Especially
and kind
when people are
to others.
Looking nice for you on the internet. You know, this makeup didn't put itself on.
You know, I didn't force myself into this outfit for nothing.
It looks so good. How do you
Thank you. I feel, you know, like that a little bit. Yeah. That's how I feel in it. It makes me feel like a little bit of a superhero. I'm going to be honest, Jacq, I was so nervous to come on here with you. Every time we've met, I've been a little nervous, but I was excited and nervous. So I had to do a little bit more today to just like put on my stripper shield today, you know, and my stripper mask. So you have your like cute clown mask on, and I had to put on like my stripper badass bitch.
Yeah.
I sent some friends some thirst trap videos right before this just to get myself like pumped up, you know.
Amazing. I was taking thirst traps before we went live also. So
I need a thirst trap of you with the cute little nose, and I can't handle it.
I'll see which ones are good. My success rate of thirst trap is bad. I have to take like 100 before I even get one.
I haven't perfected the thirst trapping yet. I'm really good at the like I'm just the sweet girl next door like look, but I haven't quite perfected the like. But I'm working on it.
I don't look good. I don't look good angry and hot either. I love angry hot women. They're my favorite.
I agree.
I just look like I'm constipated when I try to look like sultry. So don't worry about it. You're hot.
Yeah. So how's your body feeling today, Jacq?
Good. Yeah, I was dancing with Shania Twain, so I'm a little bit warm. I ran with my dog, but I have a hamstring injury that like won't go away on my right
You had
side.
mentioned that to me. So
Yeah.
we're gonna move in the hamstrings just mildly. We're gonna do two things specifically that will put us into that space. But they're both pretty gentle and you're able to kind of like push yourself in the direction that you need more or less. But other than that, I figured we could just get some like yummy hip and glutes like opening, really restorative on the ground, twisty, yummy stuff. Does that sound nice?
It sounds amazing.
Cool. We're gonna start today on our backs.
Cool. I'm trying to figure out this. You guys are gonna see my cooter. Is that how we want it?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure if this is see-through or not, but we're gonna work it out. Okay.
You guys can. Okay.
Perfect.
I'm listening.
So I give a lot of verbal cues, so you don't have to be looking too much. My dog wants to do yoga with us. Okay. So we're starting with our heels as wide as the mat, legs long. If it would feel better for your lower back or anything like that, you're welcome to bring the bottom of your feet to the ground, knees up to the sky.
Wait, I'm good.
Yeah, wherever feels good. My dog's chasing her tail on the camera and just embarrassing me in the best way. I love her. We're going to gently either place the hands on the belly or down at the sides, whatever feels more secure for you. And we'll let the shoulders roll back onto the mat. We let the eyelids grow heavy and close. And the first few moments of us being here in this practice together are just about slowing down. Giving yourself permission to disconnect from your day, your responsibilities, your life outside of what's going to happen on your mat right now. And as we start to turn our attention inward towards those things that we have control over right here, right now, we start to notice what's going on inside of our bodies. Appreciating areas that feel really strong and open today. But also giving some love to those areas that feel a little tighter or more fatigued. We start to acknowledge the thoughts that come into our mind when we're not monitoring them. We don't judge them or judge ourselves for having them. We just let them go. And as our mind starts to slow down, our attention turns towards our breath. And you don't need to change the breath. Just begin to notice how it feels as you inhale. A cool sensation in the nostrils. And as you exhale, a slight tickle around the lips. We begin to deepen our breath, taking longer inhales, filling up the lungs. And then, yeah, big open mouth exhales, letting them go. Next inhale, we'll hold at the top for 3, 2, 1. Open mouth exhale, let that breath go. Bring your belly button in and up, push out more air than you think you can. We hold at the bottom for 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. Holding for 2, 1. Exhale. We hold for 2, 1. Last time, inhale. This time we keep our lips sealed through the nose only. Slow exhale. Belly still moving in and up. We hold at the bottom for 1, Keep the core tight. Inhale through the nose. Just the lungs will fill up this time. And as you exhale, we tighten the core, zip up the ribs even more. We maintain a smooth, controlled breath, just like this. As we begin to wiggle the fingertips and the toes, and we roll out the wrists and the ankles. And as you're ready, our left leg is going to go long. Our right knee is going to come up towards our chest. Our hands will come around our shin. We pull our right knee outside of our ribs slightly and then up towards our right shoulder, squeezing that leg into your side. From here, we're going to make sure that that knee is outside of the torso, pulling into the side. Then as we inhale, we're going to expand the belly again. Exhale, pull that knee in a little bit closer towards your shoulder, tighten the core a little bit more. Does this feel okay on your hamstring right now?
Yeah.
Is it your left or your right? I'm sorry, I should have asked.
You know what I'm feeling, honestly? So self-conscious. I've never done yoga with the camera rolling.
Yeah.
I'm
You can't.
so aware of being watched right now. I kind
That's
of
so fun.
But
Yeah.
also, like, this is so weird for me.
It's so interesting because I'm not used to being on camera. So like talking earlier made me a little more nervous, but once we go into yoga, it's really easy for me to just like be here with you. So if this gets to be too much, let me know and we'll move to something else.
It's just
Yay.
It's amusing. So I'll probably be
Cool.
laughing and like,
Perfect.
that's just who I am. So
Laughing is good, smiling is good. I'd be sad if you were like frowning throughout Strippa Yoga.
right.
Let's roll our ankle to the right a few times. And then to the left. And then we're going to interlace our hands behind our right thigh. We're going to reach the bottom of our right foot up towards the sky. Press the back of your leg into your hands. Rather than bending your elbows, your arms are straight and strong. Nice. Now press your heel up towards the sky as you flex your toes towards your face. Now suck your shoulders onto your mat. How does that feel on the back of your leg?
This is my injury. It sucks.
Okay. Is it hurting or does it feel okay?
I can't go very far. Like
perfect. This is exactly where we're.
Yeah.
This is all it is. This is one of the two gentle hamstring stretches we're going to go into. This one is the milder of the two. So if the next one is a little too intense, we'll bounce right back out of it. No big deal.
Sure.
Let's bend our right knee, bring it back into our chest. And then let's gently extend the right leg long as we bring the left knee in. Nice. Let's bring that left knee outside of our ribs up towards our left shoulder. And then we're squeezing it into our side here. Again, we're taking big belly breaths here. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, tighten the core, pull that knee a little closer in towards the shoulder. We're breathing here. And if it's a little easier for you, feel free to bring your left elbow crease around your left knee and then grab your left wrist with your right hand, and that can feel a little easier. Let's roll that ankle to the left a few times. And then to the right. This time, rather than extending our left leg long, we will extend our left leg up towards the sky first. Bringing the left heel up towards the sky as we interlace our hands behind our left thigh. We're going to press our leg into our hands as we reach that heel up towards the sky. We pull the left toes back towards the face. We suck our shoulders onto the mat. And this side feels a little bit better?
Yeah, this side doesn't have the injury, so.
And is that a stripper injury or did it happen another way?
I think it's not necessarily that it happened stripping, it's that it happened when I was like doing something strippery, which was like showing off how flexible I was when I wasn't warmed up.
I love it.
So,
it's just normal stuff.
Child injury.
Let's pull our left.
Just normal bullshit.
Yes. We'll pull our left knee back in. And let's pull our right knee in to meet our left. Yeah. So we'll pull our knees as wide as our shoulders and then pull our knees down towards our shoulder as we press our tailbone into the ground. So one of my biggest stripper injuries was to my ego. I
Tell
I
me
had told
more.
all I had told all these girls, I was maybe 19, 20 at the most. And I had told all of these girls, like, listen to this song I'm gonna dance to. It was like a Tiesto song. I was like, I'm gonna fuck up this stage so hard. I was just like being a little, stripper ego, a little baby stripper. And I went on stage and I loved like strut as I go into the middle of stage. And I just like get to the middle of stage and just trip and fall right on my face.
Oh
Best
my
worst
God.
moment ever.
Well, I mean, it's like a badge of honor when you fall on your face.
You
That's
know, we
it
all
has to
have to.
happen.
We'll
Yeah.
pull our knees towards each other.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I fell down a set of stairs in front of a UFC team.
I shouldn't laugh at your misery. I love you. I'm sorry.
I bowed afterwards and they applauded.
Hell yeah, as you should have.
Because they
Let's
like
pull
to
the
know.
exactly.
They
We're
know.
gonna pull the knees into the chest and we're gonna start to rock forwards, backwards until we can make our way into a comfortable seat. Now, once we find our seat, we can face towards each other for just a little bit here.
I set up a
So
mat, basic whatever. I'll move my mat sideways so people aren't just staring at my crotch.
it's however you feel comfortable. I would
Well, I
definitely
was
feel a little
into it,
self.
and now
I don't
it's
know how I
not.
feel like practicing like this either. I get it.
I mean, I'm very comfortable, but I'm like, I don't know.
We should have pinned your Cash App, and then everything would have changed. When money,
Yeah.
Yay, I love your shorts.
Thank you.
So
They're from strippersforever.com.
oh, I have a few things from strippersforever.com. I'm not.
Yeah, so is this. Everything's from strippersforever.com. You can shop there.
We'll find a comfortable seat, and you can be cross-legged or Japanese style. Japanese style being when you're sitting on your calves. Whatever feels better for you, just making sure you can sit up nice and tall. Let's inhale our hands to the sky, big stretch, palms face towards each other. And then we're going to interlace hands up and over our head, and we're going to press our palms up towards the sky. As we do so, we're going to keep letting the shoulders relax back. We're going to keep pulling the hands back behind our head so the arms are slightly behind our ears. Nice. From here, let's release the hands, keeping them interlaced to the back of the head. Nice. Now, something that us strippers tend to do is we inflate our ribs and poke out our butt. So doing that back bending thing, if that's happening to you right now, zip up your ribs, tighten your core, and then sit up a little bit taller. We'll take a big inhale. We'll press elbows out to the side. And then as you exhale, press your head into your hands gently. Try to look up as much as feels good for you. Nice. Let's take one more big breath in. One more slow breath out. Let's inhale our head back up to center. Let's exhale, drop our fingertips down at our sides. Nice. From here, we should be in an upside down V shape from our fingertips to the top of our head, sitting up tall. We're going to inhale our right hand up to the sky, palm facing in. Then we're going to drop our hand on top of our head. Nice. We're guiding our right ear towards our right shoulder, feeling a mild stretch down the left side of the neck and the arm. Make sure we're not pulling on that ear as much as just guiding the ear down. Staying here or walking your fingertips to the left slightly so your fingertips come off of the floor. Nice. How does that feel on the left arm?
So good.
Hell yeah. We'll flip the left palm up towards the sky. Just noticing how that subtle movement makes a big change in sensation. And then our left palm comes down, our left hand comes down. We guide the head back to center. And then we drop the right hand down. Whew. Maybe roll out the shoulders a little bit. I can feel good. We're going to bring our left hand up to the sky. Palm facing in. This time the hand drops on top of the head. We guide the left ear towards the left shoulder. The right arm can stay where it is, or the fingertips walk out to the side, hovering off the floor slightly, making this a little more intense. Staying here, flipping that right palm up towards the sky and just noticing how that changes things. We're going to flip our right palm down. We're going to set our right hand down. Then we're going to guide the head back to center. Then we're going to drop that left hand down. From here, we're going to set up for a gentle twist. Our left hand will come across our right knee. Yeah, our right hand will come behind our right tip, fingertips on the floor. We stay sitting up tall as we gently use our left hand to pull our left shoulder forward. Right shoulder moves back. And if your right shoulder's crunching up by your ears, make sure you pull it down. And if you're rounding in your spine, work on sitting up a little taller. Maybe look over your right shoulder. And then nice and easy, we're just going to gently release back to center, fingertips at the side. Whoo. Nice, switching sides. Right hand's going to come across our left thigh. We're going to bring our left hand behind our left hip, fingertips on the ground. We're going to use our right hand to gently pull that right shoulder forward. We stay sitting up tall here. We maybe look over our left shoulder. Nice. Gently releasing back to center. Perfect. Feeling good so far?
Yeah, that's great. I got some crunches.
Oh, all the gentle movement. All right, as you're ready, we're going to make our way to a tabletop. So when you do yoga, are you more of somebody who likes to do it like by yourself? Do you like classes? Do you like privates? What's your usual?
Oh my God, I love learning.
Yay.
I love classes. I do a lot of it here. I do it, oh my God, if I could just like go and learn yoga all day, that'd be awesome.
I got you. I'm here for you whenever you need.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing this. It's such a gift.
Yeah. Yay. I'm happy to be here. It's an honor. Where our wrists are going to be underneath our shoulders. Our knees are underneath our hips. Our fingertips are spread wide anytime they're on the ground, and our index finger points forward. Now the knees are about separated hip width distance. The top of the feet are going to stay pressing to the ground. When we're in a tabletop shape, we have a strong flat back rather than just letting the belly and the chest drop towards the floor here. So from the strong tabletop position, we are going to find some cats and cows. On an inhale, we drop our belly, lift our head, and pull our shoulders back. This is cow pose. And as you exhale, you round your spine, drop your head, press the ground away. This is cow pose. And then we inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, round the spine, drop the head, press the ground away. And continue moving through this on your own with your breath. If it would feel good for you, you can add some wiggling in the hips or the neck. And then as you're ready, come back to that solid tabletop shape. We're going to keep our left hand planted. We're going to bring our right hand to a fist in front of our face. Then we're going to release our pointer finger, and we're going to bring that fist to our forehead. Are you there?
No, wait, what?
So make a fist make a fist with your right hand. Extend just your index finger. And then bring that fist to your forehead. Are you there?
Like this?
Yeah, beautiful. That's called unicorn pose. I just made it up for you. You can set that right hand down. I just had to tease you a little bit because I know that you're getting nervous. So.
I'm so into it.
Now from here, how are your wrists feeling right now?
Good.
Cool. So if your wrists are starting to hurt at any point, just feel free to stop and roll them out because we're going to be in this tabletop shape for just a little bit, okay? So from here, we're going to inhale our right hand up to the sky, our palm facing towards the right, our chest opens to the right. From here, we're going to exhale, thread our right arm behind our right wrist, or left wrist, excuse me. So our right shoulder comes down to the ground, our right cheek comes down to the ground. Now the top of the feet love to lift here, don't let them, and that's going to help keep your hips even. Keep your left fingertips on the ground, press into your left hand to rotate that right shoulder up towards the sky. Now keep your head on the mat here, and if it would feel good for you, you can begin to walk your left fingertips forward, feeling a little side stretch here, or behind the back, that's okay too. Yeah, feel free, of course. So in Strippa Yoga, at any point you can bump it up or bump it down a level to fit your needs, so just know that. And then as you're ready, we're going to bring that left hand back down to the ground. We're going to inhale our right hand up to the sky, finding a little counter twist, pull those shoulder blades together. As you exhale, set that right hand down. Whoo, shake it out a little if you need. And then we'll switch sides. Left hand's going to come up to the sky. We open the chest towards the left. Hey. And then we're going to thread that left hand behind the right wrist. Left shoulder comes to the ground. Left cheek comes to the ground. The top of our feet stay pressing into the floor. We use our right hand to press our left shoulder up towards the sky a little bit more. Yeah, staying here, maybe walking the right hand forward or doing what Jacq's doing here, bringing the back of the hand to the tailbone, pulling that right shoulder back. And then as you're ready, we gently release that hand back down to the ground. Yeah, left hand comes up to the sky. We open it up a little counter twist. And then we're going to set it down. Whew, nice. Sit back in your calves for just a moment. Just so I want us to do just a few wrist warm-ups for people who maybe are experiencing a little bit of wrist sensitivity. I know I am because I've been practicing a lot. So this is my favorite wrist warm-up. I've been doing it with a lot of people. I hope you love it too. So this is it. We go, hi. How you doing? Come on over. Let's get down. Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Come on over. Let's get down. And then we're going to speed it up, all right? Hi, how you doing? Come on over. Let's get down. Yeah. Hi, how you doing? Come on over. Let's get down. One more time. Hi, how you doing? Come on over. Let's get down. Nice. And that's there for you at any point if you need it, okay?
I love these poses. Unicorn, socializing, social dream.
Yes. As you're ready, we come back to our tabletop shape.
Wait, okay.
Yeah. So it's that strong tabletop shape. We're going to take our left foot. We're going to tuck our left toes behind us. My right foot is not going to tuck. Yeah, perfect. Then you're going to extend that left leg long. Beautiful. Now keep your left foot on the ground for just a moment. Pause. Bring your left foot back down. No, just so the toes are touching the ground. The leg is still, yeah, there it is. Now we make sure our hips are even. We bring our belly button towards our spine. It's hard over video sometimes, but we're doing good. We're going to bring our right finger
out the whole time. I'm the worst.
No.
I never do yoga with a mirror because I'm so vain.
No, I'm like super strict about alignment. That's like it's like a good thing and bad thing about practicing with me. You will get your alignment, but it'll be like miserable on the way because I'm so strict about it.
Yeah.
We're going to bring our right fingertips forward, our right thumb pointing up. Our right bicep is by the ear, not down below. So our fingers are pointing straight forward out of our head, almost like laser beams can shoot from our fingers. Pew, pew. Now from here, once my core is strong, I'm making sure my ribs are ballooning towards the ground. My back is flat. I'm going to engage my left glute, and now I'm going to lift that leg up. Nice. Strong here. Okay, thank you. My dog's just like underneath me in this pose right now. And then we're going to gently set the right hand down, set the left knee down. Whew. How did that feel for you?
So good.
Hell yeah, let's do the other side. So we're going to tuck the right toes behind us. Extend the right leg long. We check the hips first. Then we reach the left fingertips forward. We make sure our ribs aren't ballooning down, our core is engaged, our back is flat, our fingers are reaching forward. From here, we engage that right glute, we lift that right heel up. Making sure the right toes still point down. We breathe here. One more inhale. And we set that left hand down, we set that right knee down. Oh, no, there you are. Nice. As you're ready, we'll just come back to that tabletop shape. And then we'll move through some cats and cows. Inhales, lift. And exhales, round. Nice. And then we're going to come back to that tabletop shape. We're going to walk our shape back, this tabletop, all the way to the back edge of our mat. So your toes touch the back of your mat. We need some space in front of us. Yeah. Now we're going to keep our hips directly above our knees. That means our hips aren't going to move forward. Our hips aren't going to move back. They're going to stay right where they're at. We're going to start to walk our hands forward one at a time. When you can't walk your hands any farther forward without your hips moving, bring your forehead to the mat first. Pause here, pressing your hands into the ground, reaching the crown of your head forward, and then softening the space between the shoulder blades as you allow your chest to melt closer to the ground. Now make sure your feet are not lifting, your hips are still even, and then if all of this is feeling good, you can bring your chin to the mat and look forward. Extended puppy pose. Each inhale you take, we soften the space between the shoulders. And each exhale, the chest comes a little bit closer to the ground. We'll do 2 more breaths. One more big inhale. And as you exhale, let's shift the weight forward, coming to our stomachs. Nice. Did that one feel good for you?
So good.
Yes, I love.
Press the tops of your feet into the mat when you're doing that.
Mm-hmm. Were yours lifting?
I can't figure it out. My feet
Yeah.
lift.
It's something that you just have to like be so conscious about. That's all it is. Like I literally have to think about like pressing my toenail into the ground. So it's a process. We're all getting there slowly, right? Let's set up for a Sphinx pose. Sphinx pose, our forearms are on the ground in front of us. Our palms press into the ground. Our elbows are beneath our shoulders. Our forearms are pressing into the ground. Now my gaze is forward, not up. My chin is mildly tucked towards my chin. I roll my shoulders onto my back and towards each other. From here, I press those forearms into the ground to lift the head a little bit higher. And then I'm going to keep my chin mildly tucked as I bring the back of my head closer to my heels, stretching out the front side of my body from my pelvic bone all the way to in between my collarbones. And then as you're ready, we're going to exhale, release the chest down to the ground. The hands are going to come by the chest, elbows up to the sky, setting up almost for a baby cobra. We're not going to come into it yet. Are you good here?
Mm-hmm.
Yay. So hands are by the chest, elbows up to the sky. We're going to practice that, pressing the top of the feet into the ground. The feet are pretty close together, if not touching. We're going to consciously roll the shoulders onto the back. That's all we're doing. Everything else is still on the ground. From here, we're going to engage the glutes, press our tailbone into the ground, tighten our core. Now from here, no weight in the hands. We're going to use the strength of our back to lift our head, lift our shoulders. Keep pressing your tailbone down into the ground. This is a baby cobra pose. Maybe lift the hands off the ground 1 inch so you're not tempted to press into them. Choosing to stay here, or we engage our glutes and lift our legs behind us for a modified locust pose. And take one more big inhale, engage the glutes, press the tailbone down, lift the head. And then we're going to exhale, release. Right cheek to the mat, look to the left. Ooh. Bring your arm. It felt good?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So we're laying on our belly now. Our arms are going to come out to a cactus shape. So I'm going to show you, but you can stay on the floor. Our arms are in this cactus shape. My right cheek is on the mat. I'm looking to the left. My legs are still long behind me. I'm going to keep my right arm where it is. I'm going to bring my left hand to the ground by my left shoulder. So I look like this on the floor. From here, my right arm doesn't move. My right cheek doesn't lift. I'm going to press into my left hand. I'm going to roll onto the right side of my body. So now I look like this on the floor. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, shoulder stretch, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, wait, this way? Like,
yeah.
Oh, am I taking my left leg and moving it?
Keep your head on the ground first. And your left arm or your right arm is in that cactus shape, correct?
Oh, no, my right arm's straight.
No. Oh, yeah. It can be straight. That's fine, too.
Okay.
So if you look like this instead of this, that's totally fine.
Oh,
and as far as your legs go, you can either stack them on top of each other. You can bend your left knee and bring it to the ground in front of you like a little kickstand, or you can bend it and bring it to the ground behind you, that little scorpion, whatever feels better for you. And I want to give you a little trick for this one that I love. So if you're taking the one with the leg behind you, instead of bringing the leg behind you, bring it in front of your right shin with your toes pointing towards your foot. And then press your hips forward from there. Does that make sense?
Ooh, interesting.
So it's like my foot, instead of coming behind me, it comes in front of me with my toes pointing towards my other toes. And I continue pressing into my hands. And then I press my right leg into my left leg as I press my hips forward. You're going to feel more sensation there. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And we'll gently release back to center. Pausing for a moment, arms in cactus, right cheek on the mat, maybe swaying out the hips a little. And as you're here, just noticing the difference between the right and left shoulder already. And then as you're ready, left cheek to the mat, we look to the right. Our arms are still in that cactus shape, or if you're preferring like Jacq, left arm can be straight, no big deal, as long as the elbow is in line with the shoulder. From here, we bring our right hand to the ground by our right shoulder. We're going to roll on to our left side. My left cheek stays on the mat. My left arm stays on the floor. Now from here, I can either bend my right knee and bring it to the ground in front of me. This is the mildest version of this pose. It's also a great place to be. You can stack the right leg on top of the left, Or you can bend that right knee, bring that foot to the ground behind you. The version I was just teaching Jacq a moment ago is to bring the right foot to the ground in front of your left leg. It will be touching your left leg. Your right toes will be pointing towards your left foot, and then you're going to press your hips forward as you press into your right hand.
This side is so much harder. Holy shit.
So I'm going to tell you, let's roll back to center, and then I want to tell you the theory on that. We'll come back to center.
Oh my God, I'm not left-handed. No
so when a yoga instructor once told me, and I really loved it, because I have really, really tight shoulders. It's like where what inspired Strippa Yoga is like shoulder injuries for my shoulders being so tight. But he said, that his theory for me was that I was so tight in my left shoulder because I was like so guarded in my heart. And he was just like, and at work we're very,
true.
Yeah. So at work we're very, woo, but outside of work we're very like, give me money if you want to look at me, So it just was an interesting theory. I loved it. So
I don't think I ever hustled with an open heart.
I have a few.
Maybe I should.
I
hustle
character.
With my mind. I'm an Aquarius. Like my feelings are very deeply, deeply suppressed.
Both of my parents are Aquarians, so if that tells you anything about my childhood. And I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. I'm like, hey guys, maybe we can make a chore chart or something. And they're like, huh? What?
Make it. I'm down.
Yes. As you're ready, we're going to just push ourselves back up to a tabletop shape and we'll meet back there. How are your shoulders and everything feeling so far?
That was great. They feel
Hell yeah. So from this tabletop shape, our shoulders are going to stay above our wrists, but we're going to walk our knees back about 3 inches behind our hips. So we're almost in like the top of a push-up with our knees down. Nice. Press the ground away. Press the space between your shoulders up to the sky so your shoulders look almost rounded. Nice. Now from here, tuck your chin and then bring your tailbone in to round the spine even more. Nice. Now from here, we're going to tuck the toes underneath us. All 10 toes point towards the kneecaps. The chin is still tucked. The spine is still round. We're pressing the ground away. We're going to keep the knees bent as we hover them off the ground about 3 inches. Now, once you're in this shape, it's like a cat pose, but lifted, hovering above the ground. We're going to pull feet towards hands, hands towards feet without moving them. Your core should be firing up. Can you feel that? Mm-hmm. Yay. As you exhale, you're going to lift the hips for our first downward dog of class. Yeah. Yay. And this is our only downward dog, unfortunately. So let's take our time and enjoy this here. Our fingers spread wide, all 10 toes pointing forward. The feet are separated about hip width distance. I like to keep a gentle bend in my knees here, heels lifted, chest melting towards thighs as I press the palms down and forward, letting the head hang heavy. Once you find that nice long spine space in the shoulders, if it would feel good to begin to extend heels towards the ground to straighten the legs, that's fine. Whatever you find, we'll take 3 breaths here. And as you're ready, let's bend the knees generously as we walk the hands back towards the feet. We're going to find a rag doll at the back of our mats, just for a little bit, some yummy rag doll. Feet separated at least hip width distance, if not a little bit wider. We add a generous bend to the knees until we can get the palms to the ground in front of our face. Keep the knees bent this much. Let your head hang heavy and then grab opposite elbows, rag doll. And in ragdoll, we're focusing more on lengthening the spine and giving the neck a break than we are on straightening and stretching the legs. So we bend the knees as much as we need to really let that torso hang heavy. As you inhale, imagine your breath moving to your lower back. And as you exhale, you hinge and hang just a little heavier. If you would like to move into the shoulders a bit more, you are welcome to. Interlace hands at the lower back, palms facing towards each other. Hands move up and over towards the head. Only if it feels good. Nice. We take one more big inhale. We hang a little heavier exhale. And slowly guide the hands back towards the tailbone, and then gently release them down to the floor. Nice. Let's crawl our way forward until we can drop our knees back down to the ground. Whew. Tabletop. Nice. Now from this tabletop, I want to move into a little bit of hip stretching. How do you like half pigeon? Do you enjoy it?
I love it.
Okay, half
pigeon.
Half pigeon. Some people don't like it. So I just want to make sure it's not irritating to your injury specifically. Let's take, from this tabletop position, we're going to take, I'll start with my left leg first so you guys can see it. We'll take our left knee to the outside of our left wrist. It will touch the outside of your wrist gently. Then we're going to bring our left heel in front of our right knee. Then we're going to tuck our right toes. We're going to walk our right knee back as far as feels comfortable. Now, we're going to check in with ourselves real quick. So my hands are in front of me, shoulder width distance. I'm not going to move my hands. I'm going to look at my knees. If my knee is inside of my left wrist, I'm going to move my knee outside of my left wrist rather than moving my hand to adjust. From here, I'm going to look over my right shoulder. I'm going to make sure my right knee is pointing straight down, my right toes are pointing straight back, and my leg is coming straight out of my hip. From there, I'm going to square my chest forward. I'm going to do my best to square my hips forward. So left hip's going to come back for most of us, right hip slightly forward. You have options. You can stay here in proud pigeon, sitting up tall. If you're working on variations, this is a great place to be. If you want that just deep, yummy hip stretch, which is where I'm going to take this, we can begin to fold forward. Whoo. Nice. This is one of my favorite poses to really think about my breath in. I like to imagine that with each inhale I take, my breath moves into my hip, creating space, clearing out unneeded energy or stagnant energy. And with my exhales, I'm just breathing all of that out. And as I do, I'm sinking my body into the space that I just created. And we'll do that 3 to 5 more times based on the length of your breath. Nice and easy. We'll slowly come up to the hands. And then back to tabletop. Whew. When you get to tabletop, if it would feel good to shake it out a little bit, whew, you're more than welcome to. And then when you're ready, we're just switching sides. The right knee comes outside of right wrist. It's touching the outside edge of that right wrist. Your right heel comes in front of your left knee. We tuck our left toes and we walk our left knee back as far as feels comfortable. We untuck our left toes. We check that our hands are as wide as our shoulders. Our right knee sits outside of our right wrist. We look over the left shoulder, left knee points down, left toes point back. We sit up tall. We stay here or we begin to fold forward. Nice. Beautiful. And then we're going to pull our right hip back. We're going to push our left hip forward. Nice. This is my absolute all-time favorite pose.
This is your number one?
Yeah, just like it's a tearjerker goodness. It's like a little masochistic, but you know, it's perfect.
Yeah.
What's your number one?
Happy baby.
We're getting there, I promise.
Yeah. It's harder with my injury though. It's very sad.
Yeah, well, I like to move into it slowly too before we, instead of just jumping into it, we'll move into it slowly, which will give us some like time and space to play with it a little bit rather than go in hard immediately. So hopefully you can have a little more fun with it today than you've been getting to have with it.
Cool.
I'll give it like 2 more breaths here. As you're ready, we're going to come back to our hands and then tabletop. How did that one feel in the hamstring on that right leg?
Oh, I was doing it backwards by mistake, but it was fine.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one was good though. Cool. So from here, we'll set up for one toe crusher, then we'll make our way to our back. We'll get a yummy twist and a happy baby, and then we'll call it a Shavasana. Sound good?
Amazing.
Cool. So toe crusher, you probably know this one. We're gonna come into like a little squat with our toes underneath, our feet underneath us, our toes pointing forward. Yeah. Now we're gonna bring all 10 toes to point straight forward, spread out in front of us. We're going to work hard to press the heels together, but we're going to at the same time work hard to bring the knees together. Nice, it looks great. From here, slowly begin to bring the knees down in front of you. The toes stay tucked. Now, pinky toes like to be tricky, so you're going to reach underneath you and grab those pinky toes.
I always have to do that in my stripper shoes.
Yeah, oh God. I'm only going to wear boots from now on, I decided. These toes are just not meant for stripper shoes. It took me 10 years to like come to terms with it, but... So we pull the toes underneath. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I have little hammer toes, so they just like jam in there all curled over.
The shoes didn't help at all, but hopefully this pose will. So if this is feeling really intense for you and you're like, I hate this, Jessica, we're going to bring the hands down to the ground in front of us and around the spine, and that'll help take a little bit of pressure. The other option is hands on the knees, just like you are. You can keep the spine round. For the most sensation in this pose, sit up tall, bring your hands to heart center. Tuck your tailbone slightly and then sit up tall. Yeah, it's those little things, those little movements that make everything different.
Some pain right there.
Pain or discomfort?
Thank you. It's called. It's discomfort.
We're going to slowly bring the hands back down to the legs. And then we're going to walk them forward. We'll untuck the toes. We'll tap out the knees or the feet for a moment. That should feel really yummy. As you're ready, let's sit back on the calves. We'll come on to our butt. And then we'll set up for one more shoulder opener before we hit the ground, just because it sounds yummy to me right now. The bottom of the feet are on the ground in front of us. Our knees are up to the sky. Our hands are on the floor behind us. Our chest is lifted still. Where you at? Where you at?
Wait, what am I doing?
We're still sitting up for just a moment long. I got you. I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Right, yeah. I'm ready for Shavasana. We're doing reverse tabletop, actually. So bottom of the feet on the ground, knees up to the sky. Our fingertips can point out to the side or back. From here, we're going to roll the shoulders onto our back. We're going to puff up our chest. At the same time, we're going to engage our lower ab muscles, almost like you're doing a Kegel. Now keep those muscles engaged as you begin to lift your hips. Keep your gaze forward, gaze forward, gaze forward. The hips come in line with the knees. We pause. We lift the chest above the shoulders and then the hips above the knees. Engaging the glutes. We can stay here or look at the sky, but we're not dropping the head all the way back. Lift the chest a little bit higher, press into the ground, engage the glutes, lift them a little higher, and then slowly bring the hips back down to the ground. Neutral gaze. Whoo. Now we'll drop onto the forearms one at a time, coming down to our back. Let's pull knees towards the chest, giving ourselves a little hug for just a moment. From here, just like we did in the beginning of class, let's take our hands to our shins. Let's pull our knees wide down towards our shoulders. Remember when we did this earlier? Mm-hmm. From here, we're going to make our hands into a prayer above our face. And we're going to take that prayer shape and we're going to place it in between our legs. Then we're going to grab for the outside edges of our feet. We're pausing here for a moment in this half happy baby shape. From here, we're going to press our tailbone into the ground. We're going to suck our shoulder blades back. Some of us might be getting sensation right here, and that means this is a great place to stay. If you need more, we begin to extend the bottom of our right foot up towards the sky until our heel comes in line with our knee. We pause here. Pulling on the outside edge of our foot, the arch side comes up towards the sky. If this feels okay, we begin to extend that bottom of that left foot up towards the sky, eventually coming into our happy baby shape. Both heels in line with the knees. We pause here. We press the tailbone into the ground. We kick the feet into the hands as we pull down with the strength of our arms, sucking our shoulders back. Staying here or rocking side to side, a little happy baby, innocent. Or like a badass stripper babe, you know, busting it open how you'd like. And then as you're ready, we'll come back to center if you're rocking side to side. And we'll gently pull knees into the chest. We're going to keep both knees together. We're going to bump our hips to the right 1 inch. Nice and easy, we're going to let both knees fall to the left as our right arm extends out to the right. Our right shoulder stays firmly planted on the ground. Gaze can stay up or go towards your right arm. If you'd like, you can place the left hand on top of the thighs to just help with a little bit of weight. And you gently come back to center. Hips come back to center. Knees come into the chest. Both knees, or we bump the hips to the left 1 inch this time, and then both knees fall to the right. Your left arm extends out to the left. Left shoulder stays down. We might look over the left shoulder. As you're ready, we pull knees back to center. The hips come back to center. We're going to wrap our arms around our shins. If it feels okay, you can bring forehead towards your knees. I love to give my knees a kiss here. They do a lot for us. And as you're ready, we'll take one more big inhale. We'll squeeze it in. And as you exhale, we're going to let the legs go long. Let the heels go wide. Let the arms rest down at the sides, palms facing up. Shoulders roll back, eyelids grow heavy, and the jaw relaxes. And we take one more sweet inhale. And we gently let it go. Melting to the ground for a brief but mighty Shavasana. And as you're ready, we'll begin to wiggle fingertips and toes. We'll roll out wrists and ankles. And when you're ready, we reach hands up and over the head, big fingertip to toe stretch. Before pulling knees to the chest and rolling to your favorite side, pausing in a familiar fetal shape for just a moment. No rush back to our life outside of this practice. We slowly, as we're ready, begin to make our way up into a seat, facing towards each other. If your eyes open on the journey up, no big deal. It's closing down for just a second more. Placing the hand somewhere that makes sense for you, we sit up tall. And we take a second to just notice how our body has changed. Maybe our mind, our attitude, energy levels. And we're going to bring our hands to heart center, a sign of gratitude in our practice. And hands come to forehead center. And we end with a word that means there is a universal energy dwelling within us. At the source of this energy, we are all one. And together we bow. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much.
That's me hugging you.
I'm taking it. I'm receiving it. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for this gift. It's really nice of you to share this with everyone.
It's a gift to get to do it at all. So I'm getting it. It's all selfish. I really, really appreciate you.
I appreciate you. That was great. Thanks for everyone who participated.
Yes, I appreciate everybody.
Everybody.
Yes, and I'll check in on you later. And anyone who practices with us, make sure you write me and let me know how you're feeling. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Take care, guys. Bye, beautiful. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Bye.